Welcome to another episode of Furniture Industry News. Today is Monday, May 5th, 2025, and if you're in the business of making, moving, or selling furniture, this episode is going to help you stay on top of what's happening right now in our industry. From major shifts at West Coast ports to supply chain strategies and retail trends, we're digging into the big stories that could affect your business. No fluff, just the news you need. Let's start on the docks. The Port of Los Angeles, one of the busiest in the United States, is staring down a major decline in cargo traffic. We're talking about a projected 35% drop in shipments from Asia, and that's mainly because of the latest round of tariffs on goods coming in from China. These new tariffs kicked in back in early April, and their impact is starting to take hold. According to the port's executive director, Gene Soroka, the main reason for the decline is that many of the country's largest retailers have decided to cut back significantly on imports from China. That's a big deal because, as of now, China accounts for nearly half of the port's trade. If you're wondering just how sudden this shift is, consider this. In the first quarter of this year, cargo volumes were actually up about 14%. But that spike was mostly retailers trying to get ahead of the tariffs before they went into effect. Now that the tariffs are active, we're seeing the other side of that coin. Fewer shipments, fewer containers, and a sharp pullback in trade activity. For furniture manufacturers and retailers, this means a couple of things. First, if you're sourcing any part of your product from China, whether it's raw materials, components, or finished goods, you're likely going to see either delays or higher costs, or both. Second, this kind of disruption can put pressure on inventory levels. If companies didn't stockpile enough ahead of the tariffs, they might be scrambling to fill shelves later this year. Now, this leads us straight into the next topic. How are supply chain executives responding to these new pressures? According to a recent Gartner survey, the answer is a mix of cost passing and strategic rethinking. Roughly half of the supply chain leaders surveyed said they plan to pass on the new tariff costs directly to consumers. That's not great news for shoppers, but it's one of the quickest ways for companies to protect their margins. At the same time, about 43% of supply chain leaders are taking more proactive steps. Some are shifting their sourcing to other countries. Vietnam, India, and Mexico are common alternatives to China. Others are renegotiating terms with their suppliers or reconfiguring their supply networks altogether. And for companies with more robust planning capabilities, there's an emphasis on diversifying their logistics operations, adding secondary ports, alternative shipping lanes, or even looking at reshoring certain production activities to the US or nearby countries. This kind of supply chain agility is going to be increasingly important. Tariffs aren't a one-time shock anymore. They've become a recurring challenge. So companies that can pivot quickly and make smart, long-term decisions about sourcing and logistics are going to be in a much stronger position moving forward. Switching gears a bit, let's talk retail. A new study has confirmed something that many brick-and-mortar stores have suspected for a while now. In-store advertising really works. According to the survey, about 71% of shoppers say they're more likely to consider a brand when they see ads in the store. That includes everything from signage in the aisles to displays near the front windows. In-aisle ads were actually the most effective, influencing around 78% of shoppers, followed closely by storefront signage at 76%. For furniture retailers, this is a reminder that physical space still holds a lot of marketing power. It's not just about having a showroom full of great pieces. It's about how you present those pieces and how you communicate value to your customers while they're in the store. Whether it's highlighting deals, telling a brand story, or creating a sense of urgency, in-store messaging can help move product and improve engagement. This is especially true as consumer attention continues to fragment. People are bombarded with online ads all day long, but when they're in a store, they're more focused, and they're often ready to buy. Retailers who know how to guide that experience using signage, QR codes, or interactive displays can create a stronger connection with their customers. Now let's wrap up with a big move in the mattress sector. Mattress Warehouse has officially crossed the 500 store mark, and they did it through a major acquisition. The company just took over 73 former Mattress Firm stores and 103 Sleep Outfitters locations. That brings their total footprint to 502 stores across multiple states. And it's not just stores they're adding. They've also acquired 7 distribution centers and a large corporate office in Lexington, Kentucky. This expansion has been in the works for a while. Mattress Warehouse has said for years that hitting the 500-store milestone was a major goal for them. With this acquisition, they're not just growing their footprint, they're also increasing their operational capabilities. Those new distribution centers will help improve delivery times and make it easier to service a broader region. This move also signals something broader in the industry: consolidation. As we've seen over the past few years, the bedding market is becoming more competitive, and larger players are looking to scale up to stay ahead. Whether it's through acquisitions, new store formats, or omni-channel strategies, companies are looking for ways to grow smarter and faster. For smaller mattress retailers, this could mean facing stiffer competition, especially in areas where Mattress Warehouse is expanding. But it also creates opportunities, especially for those who can offer personalized service, local expertise, or niche product lines that big chains can't easily replicate. So, to sum up today's episode, the new tariffs on Chinese imports are causing a real slowdown at West Coast ports and forcing a lot of companies to rethink their supply chains. Some are passing costs on to customers, while others are finding creative ways to adapt. Meanwhile, in-store advertising is proving to be a powerful tool for driving engagement and sales in physical retail settings. And in the mattress world, Mattress Warehouse just became a 500-store chain, shaking up the competitive landscape in a big way. As always, staying informed is half the battle. These changes are happening fast, and the businesses that are paying attention and staying flexible are going to have a big advantage. That's all for today's episode of Furniture Industry News. If you found this update helpful, make sure to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. We'll be back soon with more news and analysis to help you stay ahead in the ever-changing world of furniture. Thanks for listening.